dented. It'll take a long, long time. Everyone was so scared about that retail space, and everyone marked retail stocks down, but only to realize that it's not that bad actually. Life still goes on. So all that variables are there. So it definitely, it will be a much more reasonable thing, and it's only at the edges, not in the other segments.
Interesting. I mean, there's a one of the last points. I realize that I'm sort of taking up a lot of your time, but you mentioned the point around TPG having an offering eventually where they sort of target like families at home, where they've got a bit of a bundle offering, fixed and why don't I sell you your mobile too? So the fixed offering here, you've got. I think this is an interesting point as well, because obviously MBN takes a lot of fixed, it sort of equalizes the plane there, right, for a lot of that chunk. And I understand that TPG has fiber, it's still got a chunk of its fiber which it's keeping, and it's going to continue. It has said that it's going to continue to build out its fiber to the building program. But the economics for that are not necessarily the best. It's effectively like building a new chunk of fiber to a building where you may only get a couple of subs in that building is difficult to justify, right? So I basically struggle with this idea that TPG have this incredible way to, or this great bundling offer if the fixed side of that network is actually maybe not as big as it ends up, just from sort of the business case of it, that doesn't justify it being actually that big. But I mean, what do you sort of think about that?
I agree. I mean, we all seen that, a new real estate comes, and then, I'm going to connect the fiber, and then I'm going to own everything in there, that sort of thing. But it just becomes a local market. The business case never stacks up on those sort of things. I agree, but I think you got to be selective. Certain things will work, and certain areas it will work, and partly because if it is exclusive, there is still a lot of black spots in areas like that, and if you target it, and if your topography is correct, then you probably get the return on it. Right?
Is your point more that it'll be quite a cherry picked?
Correct.
Cherry picked sort of offering of where you build fiber out based on maybe the MBN isn't very good there, or mobile there, or the TPG mobile service is just generally very, just these sort of select certain areas where it could work. And therefore, is the logical conclusion of that in magnitude that's actually not that big in terms of sub numbers. While it may be a very good proposition for those people, it's actually probably not a very big sub number.
Correct, and because the NBN rollout is notoriously slow, and there's still lots of black spots and all that, so they will have sufficient crumbs to keep their appetite down, but it won't be nearly as big enough to bother anyone else. Right.
Interesting. And presumably MBN, while I totally understand that it's not very good in the near term, the rollout's been very good, but on a sort of 5-year view, this should get a lot better, right? The speed on MBN, quality of it. I mean, in theory, unless they really
in theory, In theory, I don't know anything will happen into that one because, I mean, you saw the play that Telstra's doing now, where they set up the infrastructure company to split, and they're probably positioned to buy them back, I suppose. I don't know. All that will happen. So that's going to be a political hot potato. It's a mess, and I don't know how long they can sustain that.
Perfect. Okay. That is all good from me. That was all very, very helpful, Gary. I've taken up a lot more of your time than I meant to.
No problem.
Okay, so I will we'll sort of leave it there for now, but that was very, very helpful. I appreciate you taking the time. If we have other questions, I may get some. I may tell them to organise another call. But until then, I just want to say thank you again, and enjoy your evening.
Thanks a lot. Hey, just